podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
What's good, everybody? It's Devin Haney, and I'm back, and I'm better than ever. And I'm willing to take on the whole lightweight division, starting with Lomachenko or Teofimo Lopez, the winner of that. Number 2, Gervonta Davis. If I can't get Gervonta Davis, then I want Mikey Garcia or Adrian Broner. And on the same night, I want Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell, or Javier Fortuna.
Hey, Daddy, this is Dollar Beat.
BoxingVoice.com. No matter what nobody say, man, Spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, the kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar Nova. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects. BoxingVoice.com. How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for $300 million, and I made $350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on the app. BoxingVoice.com. I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and shout out to the Sunshine State. Yes, Florida. Boxing coming your way with 2 big fights. Devin Haney versus Yuriorkis Gamboa is going to be happening in the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino November 7th, where the WBC lightweight champion defends his crown versus the former champion. We were just talking about Terrence Crawford on another show, and this, in some conversations, is still Terrence Crawford's biggest name on his resume. And Haney stepping in the ring with what he is calling his own toughest test. And I'm glad he said that so that there isn't any sort of, I don't know. It is his toughest test. It's the biggest name and toughest test. How much is left? That's for us to debate. Then, November 27th, just 20 days later, Daniel Jacobs, friend of the show, Gabriel Rosado, amigo, finally gets a big shot taking on Daniel Jacobs, who moved up to 168 pounds, coming off of a win versus Julio Cesar Chavez. And this is a fight that's been brewing for about a year, maybe a year and some change. These two have seen each other, exchanged some words. You know, look, a lot of us would have rather Jacobs fight someone else who he exchanged words with. And maybe that happens here in the near future because Jacobs no longer in the division of that gentleman. I'll let you be a hardcore boxing fan and answer that blank who that name is. Anyway, yeah, man, I'm happy for Gabe. He gets a big fight. And if he can beat Jacobs, I mean, he gets an even bigger fight. And for Jacobs, you know, he gets some money. This is a check right here for him and a chance to expand his fan base across to the Puerto Rican side of things. You know what I mean? Gabe Rosado's a guy that's been doing this for a long time. He's been in the ring with Peter Quillen, Alfredo Angulo. I mean, look, Gabe has been in there with everybody. So he's built the name for himself. He moved from the East Coast of Philadelphia to California, opened up a gym out there, has started a life in Cali, and really has adapted even a bigger fan base because he crossed over from the East to the West. So now he has 2 coasts kind of rooting for him. But I'm excited about both of these cards. I know some people may get mad at me because I'm using the words excitement, and maybe they'll say, yo, keep that same energy when Crawford fights this level of opposition, or, you know, you talk about Crawford and Gamboa's been wasted. Yeah, but Gamboa, you know, has been wasted. But for Haney, it doesn't matter what version of Gamboa comes into the ring on November 7th. The only thing that matters is how he defeats him. Is he going to be as brutal as Crawford's knockouts and knockdowns? Or is it going to go 12 rounds like Tank Davis, who's going to be on pay-per-view October 31st? So this is a statement fight. He doesn't have to do anything but beat Gamboa's ass. It doesn't matter what version of Gamboa this is. I know I've been long-winded. Gentlemen, how are you? You never left? Because you're back like I am. What's up?
No,
go away! Go back to the docks where you belong!
No, listen, it's a tall order, no matter what Gamboa. Like, people want to talk about Gamboa, what he is and what he isn't. But at the end of the day, he's not, some scrub. Like, he's not that bodybuilder that Laura fought the other night. This isn't just some warm body in there. Gamboa has a lot of skill, a lot of athletic ability. However, Devin Haney's on a different level. So that's why we don't expect Devin Haney to lose the fight. But, Haney gets all credit beating Gamboa, and especially if he beats him in a showcase type of fashion. But I absolutely agree with you. I love these fights. You got Hollywood, Florida is going to be November 7th with Dazn, and that's going to be the Haney-Gamboa main event, 12 rounds for Haney's WBC lightweight title. Hrgovic also in the co-main event against Rydell Booker at heavyweight. And so that should be a really good one. Say again?
Decent fight for Rydell.
Decent fight. Very, very good fight. I like it. Also on the card is Zhao Zhang fighting Devin Vargas, another heavyweight. Should be fun to watch him. Raymond Ford, who doesn't have an opponent yet, the featherweight Raymond Ford, also on the card. And actually someone from France's part, Arthur, I don't know how to say his name very well, but it's like Arthur by Yarslanov. He's a Czech fighter, but he fought for Canada in the 2016 Olympic Games. He was one of their he was a junior welterweight for them. Actually, I think he fought at welterweight. I can't remember though. But he's on that card as well. So it's about 4 decent, step up fights for guys. We'll see who Arthur's in there with, but that's a pretty dang decent little card. And then you got 14 days later, right? 20 days later is the Daniel Jacobs-Rosado fight, also in Hollywood, Florida. So, I don't think this is going to be the card that gets, Steve to call in and say this is what we've been looking for. And no shot at Steve. I just mean anybody in general. But it's still, they're good fights, though. They're good fights on the card. I'm not disappointed in this card thus far.
Holy moly. Yeah, Jacobs versus Rosado.
I just want to shout Mario out, man. Thank you for being prepared. I seen the Hrgovic Rydell book. Obviously, I get the emails from Dazn, so I seen that. But all those other fights, I didn't know were on there. And you're right. That makes this shit a whole lot better. I thought I just had to sell, Devin Haney versus Gamboa. But this is a strong card. I love the fact that Hrgovic is on this card versus Rydell Booker, who's a common opponent with a lot of heavyweights. And then my guy, I know Mario pronounced it with the Z. His trainer, Sean Joyce, tells us is more with like a J, like a French, like a Zhao Zhang or Zhulao J, something like
You're
that.
right.
Some weird, Strong J. Remember Conan the Barbarian?
They do that with jiu-jitsu, too.
Strong J! Yo, no, that's not
Brazil.
Conan. That's fucking, she is on Conan, but that's Boomerang. Remember? Strong J.
Oh, word. With Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, with Eddie Murphy. But yeah, no, man, damn, you're right. This is a good card. Shout out to Raymond Ford. He's back. Did he get the knockout the last time? I thought I watched him, and I don't know. I don't remember if he got the knockout or if it was a tough fight, but yeah, man, shout out to you for being prepared and putting that info out there. This does make that a lot more appealing. And again, for Florida, I don't think you're allowed to go, but at least you got boxing there. You can show up. You can show up to the casino and get an autograph or something.
To add on to Marioski's preparedness, LV Slugger on the super chat says, "Salute TBV, y'all ain't playing today. # best boxing show." Well, salute to you too, LV. Chee.
Did you go already do me?
Did I go where?
Did you
With
give
your
your
opening take?
Like, give your 10 cents.
Did I give my diezmo?
Yeah.
Look.
I thought it was Genno. Genno, isn't that when you give your 10% offering to the Lord?
Yeah,
Genno?
your
Genno.
tip. You know what I mean? But I was
Your
referring to
tithes,
some of the
tithes.
my tithes. Champ, a believer. I was just saying that about Daniel Jacobs, Gabriel Rosado on the. And some people might feel like Gabriel Rosado's it's not a good fight for Danny. What are we watching? I'm getting a lot of that on the chat too. And listen, guys, I don't know if you remember when the champ was on here. I'm talking about Shannon Briggs, and he talked about when he was fighting. It was a real struggle. He was fighting. He wasn't fighting for the love. He was just trying to make. He was trying to make things happen. As a fighter, when you got a lot of shit going and you ain't getting yours from the silver spoon, you're getting yours from the mud. You're working hard. And when you finally get that cushion room where you can enjoy what you're doing, that could have a big impact on your overall performance, man. And I think that Gabriel Rosado for a little bit now has been in a better place. You know what I'm saying? And he's gotten rested up. He's went up a little bit in weight, so he doesn't have to cut. I think that we'll get a strong Gabriel Rosado. And what kind of fight do you think we're gonna get? We're going to get an exciting fight. Gabe's not going to be sitting around trying to fight on the back foot. He's going to be going forward. And it's going to be up to Daniel Jacobs to decide, whether or not he's going to sit there in the pocket or make it a moving about fight. So I think we'll get a good fight. I think we could get excited about it. And who knows? We'll probably have a, FOTY. Is that the acronym?
All right, here we go.
Fight of the year.
Listen up. Here we go, man. This fight right here with Devin Haney and Yuriorkis Gamboa is going to be a great fight. I just got some, some stats and stuff that I want to give to the people just to, help them understand the type of fight this is. First of all, Gamboa's common opponent, Gamboa's resume, we know is a lot better than Devin Haney's to this point. Gamboa does have 33 fights and Haney has 24 fights, but the resume is so much more extensive. They started Gamboa started his career in in 2007 and Haney in 2015. So he's fought a lot of fights in a short period of time. Even though Gamboa has competed in the Olympics, I think he was an Olympic gold medalist if I'm not mistaken. From Cuba, he has that slick Cuban style, where he's more of like a boxer puncher. He got a little bit of pop, doesn't have much knockouts, but he's a good fighter. And I think it's a good test for it's a good test for Devin Haney because of the fact that he's trying to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. Let's see whether or not he's going to put in a better performance than Tank and continue to stay on the trail of fighting Tank, seeing that Tank is the next pay-per-view star. He's more of like the big money fighter that, everybody, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, everybody's in line to fight Tank. So what you do is you fight the common opponents. That's why Kell Brook is a good common opponent for Terrence Crawford because he fought Earl. It's just like the same scenario, you know what I mean? If we're going to talk about Gabe Rosado, Daniel Jacobs, this fight, again, a lot of common opponents that they both have fought. Martin Selesky, Gennady Golovkin, Peter Quillen. They fought Luis Arias. They fought a lot of common opponents, with different results on either side. And I feel like Rosado has talked his way into this fight. There's always been this bad blood between the both of them, And he's wherever Jacobs is at, he's in his face, kind of like what Charlo did for a little bit, He was always wherever Jacobs is, you got to fight me. So I think this is the fight that Jacobs should have did before Chavez. Would have been a good warm up to the 168-pound division, Even though Rosario is a journeyman, like think about this. Back to Ness's point, where he came up with in a couple episodes before, rounds. How much rounds has he gone? If you look at Rosado has done 293 rounds he has gone in 38 fights. If you look at Jacobs, he's only done 174 rounds in 39 fights. And we all know that Rosado's been in some wars. So what can he really bring to the table? Jacobs, he didn't show he had a good performance against Chavez, who wasn't interested in fighting. So how good was his performance? So my take is I'm excited for the fight. I think Rosado's gonna bring it. It's gonna be a firefight. Will somebody get knocked out? We'll see. We haven't seen Jacobs knock on anybody in a long time, and we know that Rosado got a good chin. He's in there to fight. So two great fights. Yeah, that's my take.
Yo, I love that. I love everything that you said, breaking it down. I mean, I do think that there's a problem if we keep pretending like we're all super prepared every time. Yo, Dazn might just try to buy us out. Who knows? But no, I was playing. But yeah, listen, everything you said was beautifully said. Great points. I think they're all valid. I think they all make sense. The whole thing that we talked about this morning with Crawford and Brooke and the common opponents that makes a narrative and creates a narrative that exists within this fight as well with Devin Haney and Gamboa. The only one I can't rock fully with you is the Jacobs fight. It's not that I dislike it. I did initially dislike it. I feel like it's a fight that they've earned with the bad blood, and it's an easy fight to sell. I feel like it's kind of a fight that Jacobs has earned. I just feel like for many, it's a fight that it's like they're putting Jacobs off to the side. It's like I still feel like Jacobs can make a real run, but nobody's real run begins or ends with Rosado. That's the only downside to the fight.
Hey Mario, I agree with that point, but I just want to add a little bit to it. Again, something that Ness said that we all kind of agree with is the fact that it's a name. Rosado's a good name. He's fought almost everybody, like Broner did. Like if you look at his resume, he's fought a lot of people and a lot of good names. A lot of quote-unquote soon-to-be Hall of Famers when they retire. So it's a good name to have on the resume. I don't think he's a push-up. And Rosado is marketable. He speaks very well. He has the Puerto Rican community?
He's just a fighter that nobody's gonna pick, though. You know what I mean? I don't think Rosado's a live dog in this fight. And if you look at the transition, though, real quick, it's like he fought the fight against Derevchenko, right? Split decision, 12-rounder. Then they went to Canelo, and it was like, if you want to call it the cash out fight, that's not what I interpret it as. But let's just say it for argument's sake. Okay, cash out. Then who did he fight? Chavez Jr.? Okay, well, then we all know what that was. And now it's Gabe Rosado. So for me, it's like, yo, let's get my man Jacobs back in there stiff. Let's get him back in there tough. Let's get him, in a situation where he can come off of a win and get a world title shot that throws him right back in the mix. I just feel like the opponents back-to-back is really more what I have a problem with than anything.
Which opponents? For who?
For Jacobs. I just don't want people to think of Jacobs as anything other than still a contender with 1 fight away, 2 fights away from winning the title. That's my only issue.
I think it's like I said, this is the fight that should have happened before Chavez. The Chavez fight should have not happened.
Yes.
This should have been the fight that should have happened. You know what I mean? To build up Jacobs into that division, the 168-pound division. I mean, Rosado is a small 168-pounder, but he can fight. You know what I'm saying? And he's been in there with some good names, man. And he's you know what I'm saying? He's made an account for himself. Sometimes he got the stoppage.
We just hope that we're just hoping that, again, you know what I'm saying, because boxing fans are very, 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 very judgmental. And I'm not going to say boxing fans because I'm always saying, fans, period.
Oh, you're judgmental?
No, fans, period. Just any sport. We get critical of our.
I can be.
It's all good. And
a boxing fan, I can do that all the time. You're right.
And we're going to be critical about if we're getting a healthy Yuriorkis Gamboa in the ring, and that's what we're hoping that we get. Like we want with Kell Brook. We want a healthy fighter in the ring, a guy that's going to be there to give the guy a fight. So, this guy had an Achilles rupture, and it's an injury that has to be well taken care of, man. Huh?
Doomy, just say it, man. Achilles injury is one of those injuries that athletes do not really recover from. There's like a very small percentage of athletes that recover from an Achilles injuries, period. So is he gonna be a one-footed fighter like when Terrence Crawford fought Jose Benavidez, or is is he gonna have his lateral movements? Like, I agree with you. I just wanted to
Nah, 100%. Go ahead, Marioski.
Yeah, we already went to LV Slugger. So Ken Stone on the new super chat says, "Tune up City stoppages for Haney and Jacobs. Sad."
I don't know. Wait a minute.
With the fact that they get the stoppage, but not sad.
You agree? Are we sure?
I agree with the fact that they could both get a stoppage, but I don't agree that it's easy, and I don't agree that it's tune-up city.
But what I'm saying is, are we sure Jacobs getting his stoppage?
I'm not sure. I just think he can. I just think he can.
And he was known as a puncher.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when
at
When him and
154
Peter
and 160.
When him and Peter Quillen fought, it was tagged like as these two big punches because they both were like knockout punches at the time.
Yo, word. And they delivered big time. Yo, it was night.
Shout out to Devin Vargas, who's gonna be on this card. Devin Vargas is a heavyweight fighter. We seen him fight Victor Bisbal on ESPN. He's gonna be taking out Jalal Jay on the undercard of this. And he just lost to Junior Fa before.
Oh yes.
Before he beat Victor Bisbal, but this
I was so
dude,
confused at first.
He doesn't look the part, but he fights, bro. He fights, and he knocked out Nail Kennedy, who Alan Babbitt just stopped last week. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't look the part, but he's no slouch. This is a dude that's got a lot of. I think he's got like one big tattoo, but he's fluffy, and he's not that. I mean, I guess he is tall because he's 6'3", but, he's going to look short next to Zhilao Zhang, who's like, 7 feet, I think, or 6'9", or something.
Well, if you look at his losses, he lost to Junior Fa in a unanimous decision. He lost to Ruiz, first round KO. He lost to Dominic Brazil in the third round TKO. Jason Bergman, not really sure who that is. And then he fought... Wawruzik or whatever, however you say it. We know him from, he's still kind of like an unmatched, untested kind of guy. But
Andres Warchek, that's the dude that tested positive.
Yes.
He tested positive when he was supposed to fight Deontay Wilder, the two Russians.
Yes. Damn, bro, I'm telling you, you're gonna write that book one day. You ain't gonna need to waste any money on researchers. Which means you're probably not going to hire me. Oh, no, you'll need an editor, so.
Nah, it's going to be me, you, and J-Matt.
That's word. Yo, and so Kevin Johnson, too. So I agree with you, Ness, 100%. I think that's a great point to make. Devin Vargas, call him what you want. I wouldn't say he's like this huge, step up or anything like that.
He's not a huge test, but
baseline,
if he doesn't get the stoppage, it's an indictment. Because Brazil got it. Brazil got it. Fa didn't. So that tells you something about Fa going into the Joseph Parker fight as well. He didn't get that stoppage.
It's like Francis said this morning. I can't remember how he said it, and I should have wrote it down. I'm gonna go back because I'm gonna steal that one day. The quote, I mean, it was like something like, "We're not saying you can't pass the test, but a test is going to be given nonetheless." Something like that.
Yeah, right? I said tonight about today about Terence Crawford versus Kell Brook. I said. And we're not saying he's not going to pass the test, but he has to go through the test. He has to go through a test.
That's exactly what this is. And that's what this is with Zhang is it's a test, and I believe he's going to pass it. But what's he going to get? Is it going to be an A, a B, a C? You know what I'm saying? Is he going to barely get by? Those are the questions.
And Guido, I bet was a test. He was expected to get through that test, man.
Nah, it wasn't a test.
Come on, Ness, man.
I don't think we could call. Listen,
man. They gotta go back to the drawing board.
Listen, because I don't want anybody to jump on me. We know after Abe, they said it's eBay. By the way, Nas just said it's eBay.
I went to Google and it says Ibe. Google Translate.
Nas is from Nigeria, man. This dude's Nigerian.
I'm just
Kingsley eBay.
So that does sound better. So eBay earned our respect. You're right. That's why I said it wasn't a test, because it was an expectation. We expected Guido to beat eBay. He didn't. Now eBay is a test for the next heavyweight. You see that? Because he earned that right. He earned that label by he got a draw, bro. My man got a draw.
So do you agree that?
No, I drug his name through the mud. So anytime we bring him up, I got to give him his fucking credit. He got a draw with a declarated amateur who just sparred for multiple weeks with Tyson Fury. I mean, and David Alade I don't know. I got to learn how to pronounce that one day. He's full of muscles.
Super chat. Jarrell Smith says, "Dazn cut the BS. These fighters are trash."
Damn.
So
fighters?
Ness.
You wild.
So Ness, Are you trying to say that you guys some promoters and matchmakers that match their fighters against people who they know they're gonna beat, and then people who are tests?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? There's the separation between the two? Because I felt like, every step up your career is another test, right? And I'm not sure if you have like an easy walk.
Nah, you're right. Listen, Floyd said every fight is a test too. So look, because if you don't get past that fight, you can't get to the next one. But I just, the way that you're using the term test, it just doesn't feel natural to me, because that's not what I expect to be. So like even for Zhao Zhang, right? Like a test for him is like, can he get past Dominic Brazil, who's been knocked out now 2 times? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a test.
All right, Ness, hold on. Hindsight 2020. We're gonna go put that in the hook for a second. Hindsight 2020. When you fought Hayes in Border Wars, wouldn't you say before? You wouldn't say it's a test, but after,
for me,
would say you had to go through a test.
No. For me, they're all tests, because I'm over 40 fighting a 24-year-old defensive one line. So for me, it's automatic tests. But if I was his age, based off looks, based off that I'm a podcast host, so I should know what to do because I talk that talk. Right. I should still be the favorite versus the football player. But based off my age, I was 20 years older than him, so that makes the betting line a little more even.
Right.
But I will say this, in hindsight, like you used the phrase, it was a test. Not going into it, but after I realized that was my Castillo. That was my Maidana.
All right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and after that, I asked my coaches, both Doomy and Terrific, to make sure that who they're sparring me, don't be all pretty, like, because it don't make no sense for me to spar a 6-0 pro who's all technically sound when a dude's coming at me like a fucking caveman. Ah! You know what I'm saying? So I need you to
shout out to Morocco Joe, man.
I need you to replicate Captain Caveman on me. And, yes, retrospect, that was a test.
Cool. I just wanted to, plug Border Wars in there, just so y'all know. Shout out to all the Border Wars participants, man.
October 24th. Look at my team shining. First Mario tried to shine, and then Francis like, oh wait, he trying to look like he prepared. Let me slip this one in. Boom. Damn. What's up, Doomy? Where you at? Doomy said, yo, I'm on point with the soundboards. What you talking about? Listen, let's go out to the callers. Final thoughts, guys, is I don't care what they super chatting. I don't care what they saying. To me, this is the same excuse the Bud Crawford fans are using. So don't come in here talking about Ness. Where your energy at? Because guess what? What's good for the goose is good for the gander, which means y'all want to fight Brooke because it's a common opponent with Earl. Haney want to fight Javonta because it's a common opponent with Haney want to fight Javonta, so he fighting Gamboa because it's a common opponent with Javonta Davis. And that's my final thoughts. As far as, I can't. Got to wheel it back because it's 2 final thoughts, right? We got the Jacobs. And as far as people saying, this is a cash out or a cash grab for Jacobs, 2 things could be the same. Jacobs could be getting a paycheck, but Rosado still could upset. He's been in there with enough fighters. He's not a dude that quits. He don't take knees. He's never been injured where they got to throw in the towel. Now, they stopped it in the Triple G fight, but we all seen that fight, and he was a warrior. But that is my final thoughts now.
Yeah, listen. Go ahead.
I was just gonna read the super chat from Bond Boxing. He says Rosado is a Kermit Cintron. This is a tune-up. Jacobs gets him out the left hook in the 7th. If not, it's a failure. Well, Bond Boxing, let me just fill you in with something, right? My man, Dana Jacobs, hell of a boxer, all that good stuff, but he hasn't stopped anybody since Sergio Mora, and that was in 2016. So I don't know if he stops Gabriel Rosado.
First of all, I want to just say that Kermit Cintron, that's not that, I don't feel that that's as big a diss as maybe somebody might intend it to be. Kermit Cintron wasn't bad for, his time.
Let me
he was
get
like
this
war
one.
beaten. But
Let me get this one because you interpreted
go
it
ahead,
wrong.
go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you why you interpreted it wrong because I get what you're saying. Kermit Cintron, if we go down his resume, he got some decent wins and he did some decent things. But
exactly,
Kermit Cintron is also the dude that looked for a way out in the
Paul
Williams fight.
Cotto?
Was it Paul Williams?
Paul Williams, I think it was.
You know, and then another fight, he got injured in the middle of the fight. You know, it's almost like that Javier Fortuna fight. You know what I mean? So to say that Rosado is like him is to say that Rosado looks for a way out when that's what he doesn't do. Doesn't matter who he fights. He giving you everything right there. I hate to be that guy because that's not me. You know, I usually shitting on the caller that calls in like, yo, but he gives you everything. But he does, though. This guy never makes a boring fight. Even in the Selecki fight, he scored a knockdown, too. He's got underrated power. But it is what it is. That was my final thoughts. Y'all trying to drag me into that Gabe Rosado fight. That's right. Yo, I've been campaigning for Gabe to get a Canelo shot since he was fighting on NBC Sports Network.
We remember.
And he was like just working with main events.
Yeah, you sounded crazy.
If he beats Jacobs, he's making a fucking case. Like, that's the best time for Canelo to be like, all right, Puerto Rico versus Mexico off that Jacobs win. This is the best time I can do it.
If he needs like a soft touch between like really tough opponents or something.
Doesn't he? Didn't he fight Canelo? Didn't he fight Triple G twice? Daniel Jacobs.
Yep.
Then fucking Kovalev, and now he might fight Billy Joe or
okay,
like,
that's what I'm saying. I don't mind if it's like, yo, we're getting Triple G in May, but Canelo wants to fight one more time in December, so he's gonna fight Rosado. Like, all right, you know, it's that tune up before we get to the main one. But you're not gonna sell Rosado Canelo fight as like a good fight. Come on, you're tripping.
Listen, my final thought is, Ness almost said everything I was gonna say, man. This Rosado is gonna be a good fight, man. He's gonna put in the work. I think he's gonna come up in the fight. There's a good opportunity. He did put down Selesky in the fight, so he does have underrated power. So Jacobs got to come on point. He can't come unprepared as you know what I'm saying. He'll be upset, and definitely the common opponents, he should definitely get a fight with Canelo if he wins the fight against Daniel Jacobs. That's for sure. That's my final thoughts. I think the Gamboa versus Haney fight is not a cash-out fight for Gamboa. It's a great opportunity, you know what I'm saying? And it came off the back of just having common opponents of other fighters that they're trying to get in the ring with one day, hopefully to do a pay-per-view show. So, you know what I'm saying? It all kind of locks and ties each other up. And, yeah, that's it. Next up, Sports Talk on IG, Twitter, and YouTube and Facebook. You all know 9.
I don't think we're going to callers, but
we're going to the callers.
Great rant. I love the rant. It keeps sounding like everybody's saying cash app instead of cash out. Like, I feel like I've seen that too, though.
It's $SGTO.
Oh, okay, my bad. That's what it is.
Yo, callers, let's do it.
Is Blog Talk up?
Doomy, did you do final thoughts?
Well, my final thoughts is, we're getting good fights before the year ends, whether or not we think these opponents are formidable and worthy to these champs and ex-champ and Daniel Jacobs. It's all a matter of just perspective. Look, guys, we're getting boxing. Hopefully things get better with the crowds, and maybe the opponents get better and better and better. But at the end of the day, you got guys that are been master class in their times, and I mean, Yuriorkis Gamboa. Yes, Francis, you were right. He medaled up. And as a gold medalist in the flyweight division, and Daniel Jacobs, versus Gabriel Rosado. Come on, we know what we're getting with Gabe. Philly, stand up, and let's go to the callers.
Yeah, we got to do a poll on this, by the way, man.
Listen, I think that we need to say before we get attacked by everyone that we understand this isn't the fights that you're expecting Dazn to put on to keep a U.S. audience. I understand that if you're a U.S. consumer of Dazn,
I made that point from the beginning.
Yeah, you might feel like this isn't worth what you've been paying, but let that not take away from the fact that these are good matchups. Like,
it's gonna be a fun night. It's gonna be a fun night of fights.
I want Haney to go out there and look like a killer, and I promise you, with Gabriel Rosado and Daniel Jacobs,
he's not gonna back down.
Jacobs is the favorite. Jacobs should win. But how does he win? And does Gabriel upset? But, that's it. I'm sorry. 3 times final thoughts. Ness sucks.
No. You good. You
Ness
good.
sucks. No, I suck.
I'm glad that you made that point apparent because, we're the voice of the people. We want to make sure that we are stating the obvious. But at the same time, a fight is a fight.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy, man? You kidding me?
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
We going out to pound for pound in the building.
The champ is here! The champ is here!
Red belt, black belt, WON green. I'm king. Undisputed GOAT, TBE. And you can catch the news first on TBV. Voice of the people now let me speak. Scientists of the sweet, BOXING.
Yo, TBV, what's good?
What up?
You went lying 3 shows in a row.
Yeah.
You on it today. You on it. So I just got on. Let me ask, are both of these fights on the same card?
Different. November 7th, November 27th, 20 days apart.
That's not a bad idea. And it's still like $20 for Dazn.
Nah. They $10. They $10. Chill, Chizzy.
Oh yeah.
The app.
I don't know if that's true.
The app is. I thought it went up to 20.
Yeah, it did go up to 20. If you've been in there from the beginning, you're grandfathered in at 10.
Nah, but it's 20 only if you don't pay for the year. If you pay for the year,
yeah.
If you pay for the year, you're paying $883 per month.
Ooh,
but you gotta give.
You gotta pay 10.
But you gotta give up that yard. You gotta give up that.
You gotta
yard.
lay it down. You gotta lay it down from the rip.
Hold on. Though. You say it's how much for the month though?
Per month is 20. But
I'm good.
But if you pay for the year,
I said, it ain't. Yeah, you good. Like I say, it ain't the fights that I want, but all I watch is boxing, and I love boxing. So at this point, I don't remember the call on the last show that said that, man. I agree with him. You know what I'm saying? If we fans, we gotta be fans at this point, man. Especially with what's going on. My man Chase, Mr. Gary Russell called him out. You know what I'm saying? We did shows about it. You know what I'm saying? My man was showing the bag like Eddie was when he got to the zone, deal. You know what I'm saying? And Gary went quiet. You know what I'm saying? For all the talking he do, he went quiet. So if all he can get is Gamboa, man, we gotta take the fight, man. They tried to give us what they could. $20, that ain't bad, man. I just spent $80 on Charlo. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I know everybody ain't got it, but if you got it, get it, man. As I always say, please make sure you push the thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. This TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, you a pendejo. And shout out to El Camino. Peace.
We going to Wisconsin. Adrian, what it do? Just listening, going once.
Going twice.
2-time Trey in the Bay. What up? Oh, Adrian's there. Hold on, Trey. What up, Adrian? Talk to us.
What's going on? I think these fights ain't bad. I mean, I like Daniel Jacobs, Gabriel Rosado. I mean, he is who he is. I think it's a good fight. Haney Gamboa, it's a good fight. I mean, even Kell Brook and Terrence Crawford, as much as we're disappointed by, who he chooses to fight, I mean, it's still going to be a pleasing fight to watch. They're both coming to fight, so I'm not mad at it. I think we should support it,
Got you. Adrian, Wisconsin, thanks for calling in. Don't forget, you can catch Adrian on Border Wars 8, Season 8. Look where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. The community is growing. And that
Unguarded, right?
Well, he's already did his Unguarded. He is one of the few fighters.
And what is Unguarded, Ness?
Unguarded is a sit down with me and the fighter, a one-on-one where we try and pry into their life, get to know a little bit about them and be able to, I guess, tell their story to our audience and, help build interest from our audience in this particular fighter, in his fight. He's going to be taking on Dan the Man from Washington.
So essentially, this is like an introduction of the Border Wars fighters to the TBV family and others that tune into the program.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Everybody submitted their training videos already?
We
I only seen a few of them.
We do have Adrian who submitted Sir Bishop, the newest Southpaw heavyweight, coming in at 47 years age, taking on the 44-year-old Dominican Dr. Mofongo from Long Island in the heavyweight division, currently ranked number 1 in the heavyweight division.
Let's go, champ. You feel me?
With a record of 1-0 with one draw, where he says it was highway robbery versus one of my victims, Eddie Bola de Grasa. You know what I mean? So, Mofongo showing that he may be deserving of a shot. Or can Sir Bishop upset those title shot dreams and bring that opportunity to those California people out there? He's in Riverside. Shout out to Sir Bishop of Riverside. And,
Riverside.
On the undercard is going to be our very own Mario Munguia, attempting yet again greatness in what is being labeled redemption. As he was scheduled to be on a previous Border Wars, whatever happened, and now he's been currently training with Jerry Belmontes, former boxer, former fighter, to get to that top level. And he was actually trained by, our good friend Adrian Clark, a very, big-time boxing manager once upon a time. Now he is a television exec for Fight Network. So Mario been training hand in hand, side by side with Jerry Belmontes, while secretly getting virtual video phone conferences from Doomy Doom Alexander, going over special things to take on the community's own Keem from Orlando. Is it Orlando? Actually, he's not from Orlando, but whatever. We'll go with that in case he don't want the direct GPS given out. You know what I mean? But there is footage of Mario, footage of Keem, footage of Bishop, and I have to upload Mofongo's footage, actually. And yeah, man, as it comes, we'll give it to you, but you can only find it at patreon.com/theboxingvoice. Use the Border Wars tag to get all that good stuff ASAP. That being said, let's go out to Trey in the Bay. What up?
Trey in the Bay.
Not today. We're going to Juan in the
Yo, did you need that? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, go to Juan, and I'll put it in there right now.
Stainless, I received the beat. You should have gotten it. FYI, Mario has sent it. Long time ago. Juan in the BX, what up?
Juan in the BX, you are called upon.
What up, Juan?
Yeah, y'all can hear me?
Perfectly.
Damn, bro. I need to stop smoking. I heard the whole show and I already forgot what the hell the topic was.
Hadouken!
Go.
It's the Devin Haney versus Gamboa fight in Florida on the zone, and then Jacobs and Rosado on the 27th.
Rosado is going to beat the Rudy Pucan Diaz Jacobs. That's all I got to say about that. And then going to Gamboa. Gamboa, he better need like a third leg. If he needs one, my brother's his height. I'll lend him one. Chop his leg off because he ain't going to be bouncing around because Devin Haney's going to really put it on him too. Early bird special. And I like Gamboa, but Haney is just like a different type of level. And plus, Gamboa only fights like once every year because they messed up his stuff.
Keem, talk to us.
Chee.
He's a Vel, fellas. He's a Vel.
So I'm here to tell Ella Spence, I want you next, baby. Let's get it on.
Yo, what up?
What up? What up?
Much, man. Yo, see if they selling tickets for these fights. What's up? That's what I'm worried about, man.
These fights in Florida, we back open 100%, no restrictions. I mean, why would they have it in Florida if they're not gonna have a crowd, right?
I mean, yeah, but no report on that yet.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. But
He said that's the
all I'm
only thing he's worried about. Man, disrespectful.
Yeah, that's all I care about, man. I'm trying to buy these
Yo,
tickets to watch this
I know
fight.
you and J Mac watching like Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff in the back and shit. I saw that
What?
meme you
Oh,
put.
you talking about that meme? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we be looking at your footage, Mario. Sizing that trash up like that's.
That was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. So I was like, I showed my cousins and my brother. I was like, look what this man just said. This is hilarious.
Yo, he said sizing that. Why he say sizing that trash up, Mario?
Sizing
That's
it
what he
up.
said,
Looking at the
shit.
size of that trash can. Look like
I
a big
guess that's
30
why
gallon.
he's saying he
Big
don't
boy
got nothing
trash
to
can.
worry about
Terrible.
other than ticket sales. So
Bruh, he called you a
Big
trash
30
can.
gallon.
A 30-gallon trash can, bro. My man is on a
Big heavy duty construction trash, boy. But yeah, man. That's really all. These fights, they're decent fights to me, man. Like you said, I think that's kind of hit it on the head with all of it, man. It's not the best fight, but they're not bad fights. And if I could see them live, man, that'll be fire. So that's really what I'm hoping for, man. That I could get back to watching some live boxing in person. But yeah, that's all I got, man. Appreciate y'all.
All right.
Nah, I know what he means, man. The cruise tank fights on the 31st, the weekend I get back. I was thinking about buying some tickets and celebrating Border Wars by going to a first live fight. So I feel him.
Call him, I feel him.
Call him sneak diss.
Call him, you ever got hit with them heavy ass trash bins, some public ones?
Yo, how he call you a trash can, bro?
Yo.
Wildin' for respect.
I'm rapping myself out
Yo,
too.
Mario, I liked your training video. Your pad work, it was good, man. You're getting better. I can see that, man. Everybody that I seen, Sir Bishop was good. Adrian's is good too. Keems is good too.
Yo,
He was in there. His dog.
Kid?
Yeah, I think so, right?
Him, right?
Yeah.
He's a little sharp. He's a little sharpy too.
Yo, you start them young, man.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Get
exciting,
that muscle memory. Next thing you know, they're loving it. Next thing you know, you're showing up to the amateur fights for your little.
Who's Keem's trainer? He looks so familiar to me. Well, I don't know if that's his trainer, but the guy that's in his videos. He looked familiar.
Call you familiarize. Who's next on the call?
Dennis in Tampa. No?
Let's go, Denise. Coño, carajo. Guess no, coño, carajo.
The fire's coming. Are you ready for the fire? We're firemen. We are firemen. Y vuelvo a nacer.
Best intro bilingual, best intro on TPV other than Amin's. Anyway, yo, there's three boxers in my life that when I watch them and they're getting hit, I have to get up like I'm getting hit and I'm jabbing at the TV. I don't want to get hit, and that was Tito Trinidad. Macho Camacho was a childhood friend I went to high school with. That's another story, another show. And Gabe Rosado, bro. Because every time I see, when he fought Lemieux, I was crying when he was getting beat up. I was dying for them to stop the fight. Now, Jacob's been so disrespectful to that dude. I hope he just breaks his orbital bone, because I'm getting better at saying that word, because he just was so outright disrespectful. It's like Jacobs morphed into some Eddie from the Zone guy. He's talking like Eddie from the Zone. What happened to that dude from Brooklyn? And that's what Gabe keeps saying. You full of shit. You lost. You got lost in the sauce. You uppity. You're this. You're that. How dare him tell him, oh, thank you. I made $1 million now thanks to whatever you did, Bro, there's a certain line you don't cross. And to me, Daniel Jacobs crossed that. And I don't care for him. And I hope he gets beaten bad when Charlo faces him. All right. Oh, yeah, another thing. Yo, when we going to see you asking questions on a boxing show like Sean Zettel does the other day? I'm dying to see Nash or one of the guys on the panel asking questions. You guys are just as much boxing as they are. How do they get on there? How do we get on the petition? How do we get you guys in front of those calls so when they give all this time that Floyd and Tank and Leo Santa Cruz can take pictures from the audience, not pictures, questions from why ain't you guys there yet, man? Where do I sign the petition, or do I need to start one?
It's not that we're not there. We could be on all those calls. The problem with those calls is that we can't use that footage anymore the way that we want. We used to do those all the time. We used to, broadcast the calls live sometimes, and we would ask our questions. But to be honest with you, it's just not worth it. It really isn't. Like they go to who they want to go to. They put into as much of the questions they want. We would rather them come on our show so we can get productive stuff done for y'all. Because if we go in there, it's the same questions every time. And they hold us to some bullshit standard. Like if you've been listening to TBV as long as some of y'all have, y'all know about the Mike hot sauce incident, right? And they shit their pants for hot sauce. They shit their pants for hot sauce. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how much red tape is involved in there. That's how much shackles are on journalists. Now, some of them do a really great job, but it's their rules. It's their show. It's their everything. We can't touch the footage. We can't do nothing with it. So it's just at the end of the day not worth it. Ness, I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
Nah, champ, you hit it on the net.
Call
man.
you New Edition. Silent as you go.
I'm not bitter or nothing.
No, not a little bit. Not a little bit.
Let me go to these callers, champs.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean.
Yo, so me and Keem is clowning because people got to go with their biases. Juan started it all. Juan called in, took a whole big dump on Daniel Jacobs, in favor of Gabriel Rosado. So, Dennis, mi hermano, Dennis, he got his reasons. I got to call it fair down the line, man. You could not like Jacobs in this fight, but you got to like him in this fight because when it comes to the level of skill, we know Rosado's going to come there to fight, but suppose Jacobs, he don't even want to get dirty. He's going to try to outbox. He's not going to give us the slugfest. So we might be hoping that, Gabe is going to be the one to force the action and make it ugly. But, it's going to be good to watch. Devin Haney and Gamboa, nobody can disrespect that one because Devin Haney, we got to see him back in. We don't want to start looking at Devin Haney like we look at Keith Thurman. Start talking about this injury. What could he have done? Why didn't he? And then we say, oh, yeah, but the shoulder. So Devin Haney's got to get back in action quick before he start getting that Keith Thurman treatment of what have you done for me lately. That's my call. I'm out.
All right. Let me go to looking like LV Slugger. What up?
What up?
What's going on?
Yo, man, is it me or I'm more excited for the Danny Jacobs Rosado fight than I am the Devin Haney Gamboa. Just because, Jacobs Rosado got their little altercation, little beef they had outside the ring. So I feel like that's going to be an entertaining fight right there. But both of them, I'm going to watch both of them. But I think I'm more excited for the Rosado Jacob. And on the Bud thing, man, like I'm a big Bud fan, bro. But if Lomachenko Teofimo ain't on pay-per-view, we don't need to have Bud Brook on pay-per-view, man. I'm just being real. Like that don't feel like that's pay-per-view worthy, especially if Lomachenko Teofimo wasn't on pay-per-view. They don't need to try to put that one on there. But yeah, man, that's my call.
Vamos, campeón.
All right,
Yo,
legit.
Teofimo Lopez, Vasily, right around the corner. I know Bob Arum and them, they had that little meeting with Vasily Lomachenko just the other day. I watched the Top Rank interview. Bob Arum was on there. Vasily was on there. Sean Sattel was in there talking about he asked Vasily, it was funny, he asked Vasily, what did you mean by that? If he was in my country, you wouldn't get away with with what you said. And Vasily broke it down saying that, in his country the laws are different. apparently, I guess in Ukraine, if I got a dispute with you, I can call on, the one-on-one, and nobody will care. Like, can't call the cops and shit. So that's what he meant. Anyway, digress.
Well, tell him don't call the cops that day in the ring and see is he really gonna make Teofimo pay for all that he's been saying, because last I checked, he don't punch too hard.
Chip!
Womp womp.
Yo, shout out to Super. Super, I hope you keeping count. I don't owe you too many push-ups. And get ready, because you and Lil Broski, Matt with all the machine guns, he's going to be hitting push-ups.
Or you're going to get those machine guns right.
Gah! I'm confident, man. I'm confident. Lopez, dog. The future. El futuro.
Legit. Talk to us.
What up, man? Third show today, man.
Yes,
if
sir.
anything, more people should be liking the video and subscribing for them grinding out while y'all make it through y'all work day or just being bored around the house. Join Patreon for something too. And yeah, man, my take on this Jacobs and Rosado thing is, it's a fight where we know we're gonna see some blood. They don't like each other, so more blood, more hard punches. And I'm just gonna be watching the fight. Like I said, everybody watch. Make sure y'all tune in and support boxing, not just y'all favorite boxers. And yeah, man, good shit on y'all third show, man. I'll be here all day if y'all on. I'm out.
Cheers.
Oh, shout out to Jeremiah Milton getting that work down Florida. Oh, fucked up my post with Luis Ortiz. Look like Luis Ortiz on his way back, y'all. Who we going to next up?
Yeah,
Mr.
it's reporting that he's back in November.
Yeah. CYP, what up?
Yeah, what up, man? Look, I just caught on, so I ain't even hear the show, but so I said, let me talk about something that we can get established right now, right? It's 2020, the year's almost up, and you still ain't crowned me Caller of the Year for 2019. Cut it out. You messing up my Mariusz Pudzianowski, my Ronnie Coleman effect. I'm trying to go on a run. You messed me up for 2020, but I'm going to go 2019, then I'm going to go 2021 to 2022 to be the greatest of all time. But you got to make it official for 2019. Stop playing. You ain't got to have no award. I don't need nothing sent to my house. No shirt made. Just make it official. We all know it's unanimous. CYP 2019. Let's move forward, man. Let's move forward.
Yo, it's all right. Ronnie Coleman. Wait, did he get him back to back? I thought you don't need him back to back. I thought you could just get him in and then you keep winning them. So even if you skip a year, you could win the Olympia next, and it just matters how many. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe it does. Maybe you do have to win them in a row.
Or
Ronnie Coleman was a beast, bro.
Fuck, bro. He was the other day running up a freaking. Was it him or I'm thinking it wasn't him?
I hope it wasn't. That man had some crazy surgery, back surgery or something.
I don't know.
He still works out though.
Yeah, I think he was. He was with this other guy that I follow. Shout out to my man Strength Cartel.
Strength Cartel, Pitbull, and yeah, man. I fuck with them.
Boomerang.
JD, motherfucker.
There's a lot of things I like to move, so just try to get on my games on box, man. I don't know why they gonna call me for I'm a 54 pounder, but I have a brother that's at 160.
JD, also
Yo.
known as Daniel Jacobs. What up?
I had to call in on this show. Yo, listen, call a few calls ago, man. He was on Jacob's case for all Jacobs did was call out the obvious. I mean, I don't know where the beef stemmed from them two, but it seemed like Sato was calling for a shot from Jacobs after. I mean, I don't know. It just seemed like they was on two different levels. So, in other words, if you work your way to get to a certain point in the game, and then you feel like this guy's not on your level, I mean, you got every right to put him in his place. So I don't know why he mad at Jacob for putting the guy in his place, but, I don't know, man. Maybe you should go do more Creed movies or something after this ass whooping. But, hey, man.
He thought he was just going to squeeze.
Hey, listen, man. Team Jacobs, man.
Go ahead, Jay. My bad.
Nah, that was it, man. Just Team Jacobs,
Okay.
man, and still.
And
All
still,
right,
yo, I
JD, thanks
love
for calling
JD.
in.
Thank you for being somebody who got H-Town rap represented in his opener. Yo, Southside, that's what's up, man. Put that Tops drops in mind.
Call you tie drop. Yeah, it's the callers. Who is on?
Yo, and real quick shout out to Blake on Instagram. It's y'all know Blake, but I just want to give his IG. It's MRKS Blake, all together. That's his handle. Please go follow my man. Yo, he got $1 to produce a intro for me for my birthday.
We played it yesterday.
What'd you say?
We played it yesterday. You wasn't here.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Damn, he said you missed the bus, and that's something I never ever do
Can I
again.
hear it? Oh, we'll hear it on my outro. We'll make it my outro today.
You can hear it. You can hear it. Why
Alright, let's
not?
hear it.
Why not? Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Where you at? Where's Mario's intro? Mario's intro.
It's me, Mario.
Oh, this one.
Hey, Daddy, this is Dog.
All of the champion team showing love. We in the building. You ever seen somebody drop somebody for the jab, certain jab to the body, put them out? Man, that's different. I hit him right in the right spot. Take the out of him. I don't know what happened, man. Like I said, I wish him well. BoxingWiz.com.
Yo, y'all hear that slowed down, chopped up? Oh man, that man Dollar, bro. He's like a witch. He's like a beat.
He's a
making
sorcerer.
witch. He's a sorcerer.
He's
Yo.
Meryl. Meryl.
I feel like he's like that dude. Oh no, what was that movie? Y'all remember Robin Hood Men in Tights? When the witch you cracking the egg and then making all that funky shit. Yo, that's what he is. He cracking eggs and
that was a funny movie.
I love that movie. Yo, it's hilarious. Yo, shout out to Dollar. Shout out to Blake. Thank you, my man. I love it. Woo!
Yeah, man. Shout out to you guys, man. Really appreciate.
Bro.
That's
Yo,
TV bro shit.
I want to hear yours too.
All right.
I don't know, he ain't played
to do that on that one.
Gotta go to E in Philly. Talk to me.
What up? What up? Hey, Mario, you know, I was getting ready to call in and lean on you, boy, about that ring walk, but you just dropped some real stuff about TBV, man. I used to listen to, actually, because I really don't listen to the other boxing shows that much no more. I do listen to the Showtime podcast, though. And speaking of which, Ness, if you could get Breadman back on the show, bro, he got some stuff to share about Julian, man. My young boy fighting. When he fight and he gets scheduled, that's when I'm gonna renew my subscription with Dazn for the year. You know what I'm saying? Gabe, that's my man. I met Gabe when Bernard fought Karu Marat over in Atlantic City. Gabe, a cool dude, man. Like, I don't know, man. It just depends on how they come in. You know what I'm saying? Because at a 168, Gabe really 154 pounder, man. I know he a dog, man, but I ain't seen him in a while, man. I wish him well. Plus, y'all know he got that soft tissue around his eye. So that's another thing we got to think about, man. Then I don't know with Danny Jacobs, he disappointed me with Golovkin and with Canelo, bro. He ain't show up. He talked all that stuff. He ain't really show up, man. But I think he's gonna beat Gabe, though.
Yo, did we go to Amin on this show?
I don't think so.
I think so.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean.
Oh shit.
Oh, I'm an honest man. Y'all went to me, and I appreciate that, man. That means y'all just busy cranking out all this good content, man.
You the champ.
I remembered your Terrence Crawford call, but
you remembered wrong.
I did.
Trey
I
in the
thought you
Bay.
said we did go to him, so.
Trey in the Bay, Trey in the Bay, Trey in the Bay, Trey in the Bay, going once,
Trey
twice.
in the Bay.
Brandon, Cincinnati, talk to us.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
We hear you, champy.
Oh yeah. As far as Devin Haney versus Gamboa, in my opinion, if this was any other generation, if you had a 22, 21-year-old fighter fighting the former champ, nobody would be complaining. But because we live in the generation we in, people are gonna complain. So I don't have a problem with the fight. I just have a problem with Gamboa coming off an Achilles injury and a knockout loss. Other than that, it is a good name. As far as the Rosado and Jacobs, I think it's going to be a great fight because it's personal. It's not fabricated animosity. It's real animosity. So we're going to get some good build up and we're going to get some good pre-fight shit. So I'm excited for that one. And for boxing fans, we need to put this in perspective. November 7th, we get Devin Haney card. 14th, we get the Bud card. 21st, you get Errol Spence Jr., or as Big Fish, as Francis like to call him. We get his return. Then the following week, we get Danny Jacobs and Rosado on the 28th. I mean, that's a jam-packed month in November for boxing, so I ain't complaining at all. But
Oh, he's right. As soon as he started talking, I was reading it along with him saying it. Yo, there's so many fights in November. Man.
They stacked. That's what's up.
For real. And it's like, yo, November, whoever wins November gets more respect out of the Pick'em League than any other month, in my opinion. You got Tyson Roy, you got Joyce Dubois, you got Pavek and White, Spence Garcia. What? Are you kidding? Even Colbert and Jamie is a good fight that you can't sleep on. Richardson, Hitchin, and Argenis Mendez. Probably not as much of a pick'em fight as as the other ones, but it's still a good step up for Richardson.
Did we go to Mr. PBC?
We did.
Yes.
Yes, we did. I remember hearing his intro.
Julio.
Can't wait for Rosado and Jacobs. When Rosado beats Jacobs, they're gonna call him the Miracle Man, and then Brock Crawford is gonna be calling out Beterbiev at 175. Other than that, great show, guys. I'm out.
Champ. Let's go, Champy. Oh,
we got a counter from
CYP.
CYP, but I saw one from. I could have sworn I saw one from
Mr. PBC.
Izzy.
From Izzy.
I'm tripping. Maybe it was Mr. CYP, and then I saw Izzy at the same time.
Well, before we get to that quick counterpunch, real quick, can we just give him what?
Okay.
He said he can't get his call, but let us go to CYP on the counterpunch.
Let's go, Champy.
You know what's crazy for all the Tank haters and Bud haters. Y'all realize that Gamboa supposedly tore his Achilles less than a year ago. He's got another fight less than a year later. Was in training camp less than a year later, and the man like 39 years old. I ain't never seen a man that old tear his Achilles. Didn't know he tore his Achilles till 2 weeks later, walking around on it. Then getting into training camp that soon, as if he never tore his Achilles. So all of y'all who talked about, y'all believe that man tore his Achilles. Y'all believed he was injured and so tore versus Tank. Use your brains. And some of y'all don't understand what I'm saying because you don't know nothing about sports injuries. But a man ain't recovering and going back into no super fight that quickly at 39 years old after tearing his goddamn Achilles. But, that's CYP logic. What the hell is yours? I'm out of here.
So the question is, do you expect Gamboa to be knocked out by Haney, I guess?
Expect like a better version. Go ahead.
I don't know if we did get to this, guys. Forgive me. Candy Slim 501 on the super chat. He said, going for Tio, but Loma hits harder than people think. Every opponent has hit the deck or been KO'd at 135.
No, I don't remember that one, but yeah, I feel him. Like my brother said the same thing. He was like, "Yo, I'm going for Theo," and I was like, "Oh, we're making a bet then. Let's make that annual bet." And he was like, nah. I said, all right, I'll give you 2-1. He started laughing. I said 3-1. Yo, I got up to 4-1. He said no still. He said, listen, I'm going for Theo. I think he can win, but it would be foolish to not believe that Lomachenko's the heavy favorite. So I said, we said
that earlier in the show that, an Achilles injury is Mr. CYP. And Achilles injury is hard to come back from for any athlete that are using their feet, to move around on a field, on a court, whatever the case may be. So we're agreeing with you that it's hard for him to recover. It takes a year to recover, and to have a fight in a year, including a training camp, is a real quick turnaround. But a paycheck, I guess, is a paycheck. I wouldn't say it's a cash out fight, but if he feels like he can go, go. You know what I mean? The experience is going to be good for Devin Haney. The name on the record is going to be good for Devin Haney. So all those are plus sides for Devin Haney. Not so much a plus sides for Gamboa, seeing that he's coming off of a knockout loss and he has had a horrible injury.
Yeah, just how long he's had that boot on when it came on. Look, we're all hoping for that injury to be not, something that's going to come up and discredit Devin's performance, man. I just want a healthy Yuriorkis Gamboa. Let's hope for that. And, exactly. each injury, each Achilles tendon, CYP obviously will know more than me on this, but, injuries like that, they can vary in severity, depending on which way, what happened, and different, I guess, scales of injury to that.
Most athletes, when they get an MCL, ACL, shoulder tear, they're never the same, but it's not to the degree of an Achilles tear, of being not the same.
And I see how in track that would be even worse, and it depends on the sport, I guess. But in all actuality, Achilles is one of the most important things, in being mobile, in your connections throughout your whole muscles and stuff, so and tendons and stuff. So it is, an injury to be, careful for. But recovery is good. If things can be good, we can have a good fight and no excuses.
But you did make a great point, though. How bad was the tear is also a good point that you made. I want to highlight that point that you made, because the tear level, how it tore and the tear level really speaks of how long recovery you actually would need for the injury itself and how much rehab it would take for you to get back to competing at that level. So I agree with you for sure.
Kick a counter punch by CYP.
Go for it.
Yo, no. What I'm trying to tell y'all is that my man didn't tear his Achilles. I'm not saying that he did, and good luck to him. No. I'm telling you, he didn't. That was a lie on his part to make an excuse for the ass whooping he took. And now, if y'all believe it, it's gonna make Devin Haney's win look worse. Also, he made Tank's loss look like, oh, you beat me because I tore my Achilles, and then Devin, oh, I wasn't fully recovered. Man,
what kind of injury do you think he had, CYP?
No. What I think was, I think he had some micro tears. I think he had some micro tears in his Achilles. That's what I think happened to the man. That's why he was able to walk around for 2 weeks and not even know it. If you tear your Achilles, you're not walking around. Like, you're not walking. Like,
can that heal quickly? Can that micro tear heal quickly with some quick rehab?
Oh yeah. If it's a micro tear, he could be 100% right now, but he didn't tell us that. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem. The problem is,
I agree.
It's going to say.
The one question I would wanted to ask is, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ness. I'm so sorry.
No, I just say he probably wanted that sympathy.
That's a great point, yo. CYP, that's a great point.
No, the one thing I would wanted to ask though, if he comes back or maybe in the chat, you can hit me up. Is okay. So if it's like a micro tear type of thing, you run the risk of actually tearing it, right? So it would still be a thing that could hurt your mind,
depending how healed it is, right? That's why I asked.
That's why I was kind of like, that's why
you could tear it even further. And Doomy was when I actually brought up that point, is the level of tear, because if you know what I mean, when you tear your plantar fasciitis, you can walk on it depending on the level of the tear. So with your Achilles, it's almost the same thing, how much did you tear and how and then it's the force.
Word.
All right, I think that's everybody. Want to thank everybody for calling in. Wait, we never got the PBC, right? He said we didn't get to him.
What? I thought we did. I'm sorry, Mr. PBC.
And J-Mac.
J-Mac and PBC.
Did we get
I'm a gorilla, I'm a dog. I'm a dog, I'm a gorilla.
The smartest thing you can do is to stay away from Derek.
It can't be the boogeyman if I'm chasing him. You want to bet? You can bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. Easy. Let's bet $1 million.
Yo, I'm just gonna run them back to back. A rupture. I don't think he hurt himself. I think he rolled his ankle pretty badly. I mean, and due to his age and his balance was a little off, he definitely used that as a sympathy excuse. Just the same way Pacquiao used the shoulder injury with the magical water, healing it without doing no surgery. So I believe CYP when he right, but if he did rupture it, I don't think when you need a rupture, I think you don't need I don't know if you need surgery. I think it takes time to heal. But either way, I do believe it was an excuse. For as Devin Haney, I will give him his just due. Watching him beat up on the Gamboa. However, since I'm a known Tank hater, I'm going to judge how Devin Haney does and versus what Tank did against the one ankle guy who was hopping around on his ankle that lied about a torn Achilles. For as Rosario and Jacobs, the guy who said he has the second best intro on that, man, nonsense. No disrespect to you, Mr. Dennis, but man, sit down somewhere. Stop showing your bias and your Latin bias on this show. But anyway, Jacobs had the right to tell Rosario or tell whatever. When you say something, you cannot control what the man go say to up you or outshine you or get back at you. If you talking trash, you leave yourself open for whatever comes behind. There's no rules to when you talking shit. For us who wins the fight, I got Jacobs. Rosario just never been a guy to beat the bigger names. And even as a bigger fan, I'm not of Jacobs, and I think he does nothing good. That's why he lost against Golovkin. That's why he lost against Canelo. I still have him beating out the Rosario. That's my call.
Champ Dizzle. That's what it is, man. Back to backy. Oh, snap. Has my friend gone into the shadow realm?
Boxingwords.com. I'm the flyest. Canelo talking about he believes he can win. Go to my kitchen. Get the sharpest knife and cut the bullshit out. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby.
Yo. It's crazy, man. Gamboa has been in and out of this, and he's coming into fights knowing he's probably gonna lose, but he's still got a dog, man. You got to give it up to Gamboa. He'll take anything, take any fight. But the Jacobs, never been a fan of him. Never seen him really do anything good. So I'm gonna pick Rosario. That's my call.
Damn, my boy got Rosario. Let's go, champ.
Stone Bone.
What up?
What up?
Cheese.
Hey, like I always said, if a couple months ago this was Tank great fight, he's selling out Atlanta. This is the biggest thing that ever happened in Atlanta since the BET Awards. Then why not a good fight for Devin? We seen Gary Russell was running around like he wanted that fight. When they sent over that offer, he got quiet. So I'm of the belief, don't sit around and wait for these old guys to fight you. Go on and keep fighting. You can fight Gamboa and double back and get Gary Russell. He ain't going nowhere. He still ain't got a date announced. King Tug done already fought in Gary Russell. King Tug will be back before Gary Russell get an announcement for a date. So don't even wait. Gabriel Rosado and Jacobs, that's worse than... Well, no, actually, this better than him and Chavez Jr. But I guess that's the difference between a dumpster and a trash can. They both trash.
Oh, you the
trash man.
They both got in common. All right,
Steve,
champion.
Chicago. Did we go to Steve?
Chicago. No, we never went Steve.
Steve was sparring Galactus.
Hey, Daddy, this a dollar beat.
I drink soda, I eat pizza, I hang out with chicks all day. These fighters still can't beat me. They fighting every day, they in the gym every day. Just give me 6 weeks, and I got it. Boxingwords.com.
Yo, good afternoon.
What up, champ?
What's up?
We went from good morning to good afternoon. You guys keep rolling.
Hey.
I don't know why Mario was saying that I would hate on this. I don't know where he's getting that from.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that, Steve. I'm sorry if that's the way it came across. What I'm going to say is, or you know what, you go and then I'll tell you.
Yeah, for me, let's not forget, too, something you guys didn't touch on. Haney's coming off an injury, too. Remember, he did something with his shoulder in his last fight.
Good call.
That's right.
He did surgery. So, I think this is a good fight for Haney. And the Rosario Jacob, they got beef, so it's going to be a good build-up to the fight. But do I really like? I mean, it's not going to be competitive, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. But I want Jacobs, like you guys, to me, he's more of a contender
at 168 than just taking a fight with Rosado.
Yo, I called that. That's exactly what I said too. You know, this is my job to anticipate the wants and the likes of our community. And I said it. That's what I said, Steve. I said these aren't the type of fights that Steve's been clamoring like, yo, what makes your DAZN thing worth, like what makes the subscription worth it being out all this time? These aren't the answers to that. And, you know, and everyone would agree, I think, with that statement. But, and I said this is a fight I thought you would like in terms of just giving us some more depth, you know, giving us fights that we aren't getting. This makes that criteria. This passes that bar. It's just not those upper echelon fights that, you know, we have been talking about. But great call, Steve.
Boomerang stainless.
Boomy.
Called them boomerang.
Everything y'all said. Everything y'all said. I'm sorry, man. I'm busy on the other end, man. I'm trying to get this mixtape and stuff done. I'm thinking Saturday. I know that might not make sense, but we keeping it boxing anyway. That's when the fight happened. It's Saturday. So we'll release on Saturday. I don't know what time Patreon work, but by 12 a.m. for me, it should be released to everybody. You know what I'm saying? No problem. If you $15 and up. If not, I guess you'll be switching and you're going to end up paying 18 or 25, whatever you should have switched at the beginning of the month. And maybe we should do an untitled listening party on Monday. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm off Monday by 4, and I know untitled is usually around 5:30, so I'll be available. You know, any questions or to set up the thing. You know what I mean? So let's get that in.
For sure.
You with that? Cool. Like I say, as I always say, please make sure you push the thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. This is TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, you a pendejo. And shout out to El Camino. Peace.
JT, you know what we talking about? You ready?
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, with that comment. No, that was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. You know, we're doing live TV. Man, I don't care. What you gonna do about it? I'm killing this mother. Why do you have to talk like that? Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem? Turn off your station. I'm the best ever.
What's up, Ness? I just told you I hopped on. I said negative, but
Oh, all right. Listen, so for anybody in the future, if I'm like saying if you're ready, I'm looking for that flash. So if you unmute, I'm assuming you are. If you don't unmute, I know you're not. We got to everybody. Arrivederci. Catch us on the next one. Stonebone Boomerang.
Boomerang. Y'all, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. I expect Devin to put on a amazing class. I expect him to do everything that he show you in the gym, speed, counters. Gamboa should not be able to touch him. I can guarantee you this. There won't be a point in this fight where Devin is staring at the ground and Gamboa is hitting him with a 3-piece like he did Tank. I can guarantee you Devin focus is not that easy to be rattled to where he's staring at the ground getting hit by 3-piece with a 1-foot guy. So he back healthy. He took the fight. I don't want to hear no excuses. Devin going to put in that work. And if Jacobs cannot cut up Rosado and stop him, I don't want to see him no more. If he's not going to fight a Charlo or at least a top 68 guy, he just getting money over there at the zone. Just go fight Chavez Jr. again. That's another rematch for him. And then, man, I'm going to pick Gabe Rosado then. Gabe Rosado was about to upset Danny Jacobs because he wanted. He running around. Danny Jacobs is dating Angela Simmons. He ain't hungry for this fight game. He's just there cashing a check. At least Gabe Rosado wanted. I'm going to go with the Philly guy, Gabe Rosado.
Ooh. See, most people are going to be like, oh, he going for the underdog. He picking from the heart. But see, Stone see it too, man. I'm telling you, man. It's a different Gabe Rosado right now. He ain't going to be stressed out cutting weight. You know, he ain't worrying about going back to Home Depot, got to work. You know what I'm saying? Right now, he's doing it for the love, and he want that. He want that sauce.
Damn, you took it back to ESPN. He said he ain't got to worry about going to Home Depot. Damn. I'm actually talking to Gabe in the background. But everybody want to do Zoom now, man. I'm gonna have to talk to my peoples who got the software to tell them to add the Zoom connection, bruh. Cause like everybody want to do Zoom and shit. I hate Zoom. What happened to that commercial? Zoom.
Yo, you know what I saw? That works. They got Microsoft.
That's the new Skype.
They got Microsoft. It's called Microsoft Meeting. Yo, you should check it out. It said that you could do it, and they could. It's seamless broadcast straight to YouTube or recording. I can't remember. I'll look at it again. But they said that it works really well. Maybe that's something we could try to use off a Microsoft platform just for those type of shows. But
well, we'll be checking that out. And you never know, man. If things don't get busy tonight, I may be back alone. I know these guys need a rest. I may be back alone with some. What's that show we did on Fridays? Like Axe, whatever.
Come on, you can't speak for me, man. You gotta I'm a man, man. I'm holding my nuts. You gotta speak for myself.
He said, I'm coming for the rankings, bro. I'm trying to be the champion of all TBV hosts. Always avail. I ain't never run, never will. That was just the bars that I just gave y'all for free. You know what I'm saying?
For free.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, for free. That's how much it costs. Why? Because you're not a boss. See, me, I break them off. Then I go to that wallet. And they be like, yo, what's the verse? I said, the money, you could call it. And then you give me that first offer, I say trash. Either way, I'm making plenty of cash. I think fast when I be up on the mic, spitting this shit, quickly hitting it, sip me.
You're sitting in your mum's spare room.
Whoa.
You threw me off.
Yo, ain't like his flow that much?
He said, you garbage.
My soundboard went rogue. I'm sorry.
Nah. He just challenged me to a freestyle only battle on boxing bars. I accept. No, it's fine.
That's it. Freestyle only.
No written. Only spitting off the head while we doing mittens. That's mitt work. You don't know about them pads, but I'll break you all so bad that they gonna think you drive cabs for a living. I ain't tripping. Ain't nobody said this was written. I'm just spitting. Come on, give me some dab. For this thing I did quickly.
Chill. They talking about lions, they kittens.
Ooh, one shot. We out. Nez GTO Instagram, Twitter.
Yo, Nez.
Next one, 3P. What up?
Yo, you don't understand. I don't get tired, man.
Nah, me neither, bro.
I'm a fireman, man.
Me neither.
We don't run away from the fire. We run to the fire, man.
I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram.
What's wrong with this guy? Are you kidding me or what?
Hey, you can catch me on IG, Alex_Doomsday_LAINEZ, TikTok, Forever Nevermore, and Twitter, AlexOnHisTBV. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know when we're going live. So in case Mr. Ness, lonely on the boat captain, goes out for a trip onto the sailed seas, you'll know when he's going. You'll have the beacon out there, flashing the light, bringing the captain in. But no, seriously, hit that notification bell and hit the subscribe button if you really liked hanging out with us. If you're just stumbling upon the program, we're live morning, night, afternoon. Steve came on. He said it turned from morning, hey, good morning, to hey, good afternoon. Well, you know what? It's also a good night all week. So stay tuned. We'll be back. Cheers.
Yeah, Next Up Sports Talk, IG, Twitter, Facebook. You already know what it is. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Peace.
Peace.